Have you ever heard of Roman clay by Portola Paints? It's an environmentally friendly plaster-like wall finish that's growing in popularity, and we're going to use it on the walls of our primary bathroom. There's many different color options, and they all produce a unique cloudy-like wall finish that creates real depth on the walls. We've decided on the color Patagonia, a warm sandy beige color. Well, we're ready to jump right into the prep work, smoothing out the walls with drywall mud and priming. Since Roman clay is flat, we need a smooth surface so there's not any unwanted imperfections, and we need primer so the wall doesn't soak up all the color. While we're prepping, let's talk about why Roman clay. Well, one of its biggest appeals to us is its natural ingredients. VOC free and environmentally friendly, unlike many of the other steps in this bathroom. Like drywall mud that just goes into a landfill and paint that has to go to a paint disposal facility. With the Roman clay, we know we're not harming the environment. Plus, its look is unmatched. All the prep work is done, now we just need to let this primer dry. This timing is perfect because our Roman clay is going to be delivered tomorrow. Well, with a quick night's rest and dropping off all our extra paint at the disposal facility, our Roman clay has arrived and we're ready to jump right into it. First things first, I'm going to unpackage this Roman clay and collect all of our tools. We need a couple of pans to hold the Roman clay and various application knives. Now I could have gone with any of the knife sizes, but I heard 6-inch produces the best looking patterns on the wall. Except this knife is leaving some gray marks on the wall. I know just what to do for that. That's much better. Creating a textured look like this is going to be a completely new experience for me. And that's why I did a ton of research beforehand to make sure I'm doing this correctly. From my understanding, to create unique movement on the wall, you have to apply the Roman clay with a C or an S-like pattern. But there's variability. It's up to the installer. The installer will create their own unique look. And so far, this was looking pretty uneven. I had a hard time accepting that this rough look was going to turn into something we liked. But I had to trust the process. This was just step one. And that's going to wrap up day one. And I know it looked pretty rough, but I also felt pretty rough, and I knew I had one option. And that's going to lead us right into day two. And right off the bat, I was instantly reminded of the roughness, but let's see what sanding's going to do for us. Okay, we forgot to mask up. So 320 grit sandpaper, with the goal being taking off all the high spots and feathering everything out. And as time went on, things started to look a little bit better. Trust the process. And with this somewhat better look came a huge mess. We couldn't take this dust everywhere, so something needed to be done. Let's continue with the next step, applying the second coat of Roman clay. And this time we're going to pay extra attention to the pattern because this was going to be the final look. So I took my time reflecting the process with more snacks and more hydration breaks and more struggle. At this point, I was still questioning if I was doing this right. I felt I was getting the pattern down, but there was still tons of variation. So at this point, I jumped to social media to message friends. And I pretty much got the same answer from everyone. It's all part of the process. So I guess I shouldn't focus too much on getting it perfect. The variation and the movement, that's the art in it. It'll actually go so well with our handmade Zellige tile shower and our natural marble counters. So as time went on, I really started to fall in love with this look, which is good because this was taking everything out of me. This was a lot of work, especially since this all had to be done in between our day jobs. But with multiple days of repeated work, we finally finished the job. And I'm just hoping this turned out like what we envisioned. Let's jump right into the reveal. We have to say, after all this work and all the struggle, we love this look. Overall, the color was a little darker than what we expected, but it creates a nice contrast against our marble counters and enough contrast against our Zellige tile shower. The movement adds an incredible depth to the walls. It looks raised and like it has texture, but it's actually smooth and flat. The movement comes from the building of the layers. Roman clay is a great answer to plaster wall look, but with a much easier application. This bathroom is really coming together for us. We're almost there.